Why is it that the fans of Vybz Kartel are not allowed to celebrate their artists? You know, they're not allowed to celebrate his victories and his successes without people out here actually feeling as though we are trying to bring down other artists. Why? Like, why know that Vice Cartel is out and free and he is dominating the space, not just dancehall space either, but the space of music in its entirety. Why is it now that the fans, are actually there are some loyal Gaza fans, bro, that have stood by Vice Cartel right throughout his entire career, throughout his career in Alliance, after Alliance, during prison, and now he's a free man, and now he is dominating the space as far as selling out concerts and arenas, stage shows are concerned. Why is it that the fans are not allowed to celebrate without persons feeling like we are trying to bring down other artists? Bro, these other artists that you guys are defending, bro, they had their time. And they still have their time. But there is just a difference, brother. You understand? Vice Cartel was incarcerated for 13 years, bro. 13 years, 13 long years. And these artists that you guys are defending, and let me just put it out there. I see there are persons out here actually defending like a Sean Paul or a Shaggy to say that Vybz Cartel is not doing more than or has not done more than what they have done for dancehall. If they were doing so much for dancehall, why are we now just having this conversation? I just want to ask. If they were doing so much for dancehall, why was nobody really talking about dancehall on a global scale? And I'm not talking in absolute, right? Because yeah, people are always talking about dancehall. But in terms of the level of dominance that dancehall has on the global scale, the global stage right now, why was nobody talking about it on that level for the 13 years that Vice Cartel was in prison? The answer is simple. These artists were not making any impact on the genre. And that is the reality. That is the reality. If they were actually making impact, this Vice Cartel conversation that we are now having, we wouldn't be having it. Because, tell you what, we would have already established that these artists have been doing it. Vybz Kartel's fans are now out here celebrating, right? His victories, his wins, his successes. People actually have a problem. They feel as though, as I said, we are trying to bring down other artists. No, we are not. As I said before, if these artists were doing what Vybz Kartel is doing now in dancehall, we would not be having this conversation. We are only having this conversation now because what Vybz Kartel is doing, we have never seen it being done before. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So the people out here who are crying, literally, literally, people are out here crying in defense of Sean Paul and Shaggy just because Vybz Cartel fans are celebrating. Can you imagine? Then let me ask you this. You people who are crying, where was this energy when Vybz Cartel was in prison? I mean, where was this energy and support for Shaggy and Sean Paul all these years? Let me ask you. So you know want to no you know you want to prop up Shaggy. No, you want to celebrate Sean Paul just because there's a Vice Cartel fan celebrating him. Hmm? How that look to you? That not look like bad mind or that not look like red eye or something like that. Hmm? Bro, you guys had all the time in the world. And when I say you guys, I mean you, the fans, and I mean you, the artists. You understand? Bro, one has to accept that everybody has their limitations. You understand? Shaggy and Sean Paul, they have been doing it, and it has to be acknowledged. They have been representing dancehall. They have been representing the culture. So we are not going to take that away from them. But to what extent have they been representing the culture? The extent to which you are performing different arenas, different concerts, but at the end of the day, nobody is actually talking about dancehall as a result of your performances. You understand? So, really and truly, yes, you are performing, you are going places. But what impact are you making? What impact are you making on the genre? You understand? So, as I said, we have to give respect where respect is due. Yes, they have been doing it. But to the level that Vice Cartel is doing it now, bro, they haven't come close to it, and that's the reality. That is the reality. They have not been doing it. Had they been doing it, now that Vice Cartel is doing it, you know what we would have said? Would have said, "Chow, we used to that. We used to that. It's a regular thing that for Sean Paul and Shaggy." That's what we would be saying. That's what Live Nation would be saying. But Live Nation would have never come out to make a comment as this. Vybz Kartel is the only Caribbean artist to have ever sold out that Akora. I think that's the name of the the venue. You know that the arena, Akora. I stand corrected on that one. But the Live Nation would have never came out to make a comment such as that. Vybz Kartel is the only person who have ever sold out that arena solo. The only Caribbean artist who have ever done it. You understand? And the Live Nation, I would take it that they would have been in the game. They would have garnered enough knowledge based on their experience to make a comment such as that. You know, to be commenting on what they are seeing, the results that they are seeing, right? So now Live Nation come out and say, well, Vice Cartel is the only Caribbean artist we see doing it like this, brother. You see me I say? No, we have to take that as credible information because it's Live Nation. Bro, all of these artists who you guys are defending, Live Nation know them too. Live Nation know their competencies and um their abilities. You understand? So now that Live Nation said this and Vybz Cartel fans, Gaza fans run with it, it's a problem again. You understand? Bro, we respect Shaggy, we respect Sean Paul, we respect every artist in a dancehall as far as their work is concerned. But that is the reason why we are Gaza fans, bro. We have always seen Vice Cartel as a different type of artist from everybody else. We have always seen him as the greatest, bro. Long before prison, during prison, and after prison. But it's just now that he has actually, you know, broken free from all these shackles mentally, physically, all the other allies. Because remember, Vybz Kartel did not have a visa for most of his career. That's another thing that we have to bear in mind. So all this time when Sean Paul and Shaggy was out there doing it, Vybz Kartel did not have a visa. Vybz Kartel did not have the opportunity to go and prove himself. And bear in mind also, Vybz Kartel was never yet signed to a major recording label. I can't say the same about Sean Paul. You understand? Vybz Kartel has always been an independent artist. Probably he was signed like in the earlier part of his career, and that signing it did not last for any long time. So I'm talking about for the majority of his career, for the parts of his career that he has remained dominant. He was pretty much independent. You see me I say? So I said that to say all of this, bro. Just allow the fans to celebrate their artists in peace. You understand? You don't. If you want to go and celebrate Shaggy and Sean Paul, you do your flag them about Shaggy and Sean Paul. It's as simple as that. And let's see how far see how much views you can get. It's as simple as that, brother. You understand? But it can't be a case where you're out here trying to dictate to people like you want to tell them how to celebrate their artists. No, it doesn't work like that, brother. You understand? You are not a fan of the artist. You are a fan of your artist. So you talk about your artist. You celebrate your artist and allow other persons to do the same. It's as simple as that. Yeah, so with that being said, I'm out.
Yes! The king is here!
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I'm gonna listen.
Yeah. Amsterdam. Vybz Kartel. There. Watch out. When you're gonna reminisce, you're going to the